Go.
Hey guys, Andrew Esquivel here, and today I'm going to be going over the startup operation procedure for the sunrite by Mr. Heater. This is a propane powered forced air heater for your garage. Now this thing, in my experience for the last few years, has been rather finicky, so I figured it'd be worthwhile to just go over the general procedure on how to get this thing to work properly. So first off, we're going to look at the propane tank. Obviously you want to have a full propane tank if possible. So these connections right here are just standard propane tank fittings, and one of the things about this particular heater is if there is a connection that is just not good, like not tight and perfectly sealed, you will not get this thing to start. So down here you want to make sure you take a wrench and make sure this is real nice and tight, and then right here, I'm going to come over here real quick. This connection in particular has a tendency to kind of undo itself for whatever reason. So if this connection right here is loose at all, what you're going to smell is that propane gas starting to emanate from the room, which should never be the case. But if you smell propane, there is a leak somewhere. Keep that in mind. And if there's a leak anywhere in that line, this will not start, obviously. But something to be aware of. So let's go ahead and get this thing ready to start up. So first off, we are going to take our mains line and hook it up. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to open our propane tank. And then from here, you want to come over here real quick. We're going to talk about the dial. Currently, it's set to off. We want to set it so that it'll light. So we push this in, you can hear it. This is part of the thermocouple that you may have to hold in for a few seconds for the thermocouple to warm up. And once you let go and it stays warmed up, then you can turn it. And then from here, you can make it as hot as you want. But if you're having trouble starting it up, hold that in to get the thermocouple warmed up, because if that thermocouple inside of here is not working properly, it's not going to let gas through. So if we go on the other side, you'll see what it looks like. Coming out, it's obviously like over here. So turning it off, pretty simple. What I do is I'll shut the gas off, and then you can hear it's no longer got any gas going through it, so there's no flame. Go ahead and turn that to the off position and pull this out. So pretty simple operation, but the main thing I want to drive is these connections. Just make sure they're actually on there properly. We've had problems where you could be burning the propane and you could be heating up the room, but there's a tiny leak that comes from here when it's not perfectly tight, and you'll start to smell it, but sometimes you actually feel it in your eyes first, and it'll start to burn your eyes, just the building up of that gas. So be careful. This is gas. Don't gas yourself. Connections, as long as they're tight, you shouldn't have any of those problems. So hopefully that helps.